Hi everyone, and today I'm going to talk about the AI-powered ad playbook and how we can maximize ROI in 2025. Just a little bit about myself. So I'm a growth advisor with three successful exits, and in the last 17 years, and I helped 5+ companies scaling from zero to over 30 million ARR in just 2 years. And I'm helping companies like Otter, Hagen, Microsoft, Gamma, and a few others. In the last few decades that we have been seeing the evolution of the whole ad system. In the very beginning that we if you still remember that the printing ads on the newsletter, the printing ads on the newspaper, or a bigger production on the TV ads. And so back then the ads, it was very static, and it's one to many broadcasts, and we didn't have much we didn't have much options for the personalization, and we can only present stacked options for the users to select. And in the last 10 years or so, then we started to have more data-driven growth, and we're able to use data to help us to segment our users, and we started to produce more social media friendly content, which is lower production costs, and we're also able to leverage our customers, and we're able to leverage creators to help us to create more content. And with data, with all that, we also started to be able to do one-to-one segmentation, but many of them is still predefined, and it's rule-based. And fast forward, now in the past few years, that with AI, we're able to see very generative AI, as well as now we're also seeing agentic AI. And with AI's help, that we're able to significantly lower the content production costs, and we see explosion of the content created on the social media. And with agents, we're also able to provide a one-to-one personalization on the ad system, as well as on the user onboarding. And we're also able to use the AI agent to talk to the users in real time, and to boost the conversions. So how we can better leverage AI? So AI is not here to replace anything. AI is only good with the writing, video creation, different video creation, information synthesis, and automation. But it doesn't still don't have a soul. And we still need human in the driver's license. AI is really good with delegation. So at least that in the last few years that we have been run tens of thousands experiments, and we tested over 200 different AI platforms. So far that AI still is here for delegation. If you have tedious work, then AI is really good for automation, but you still need a human in the driver's license to really be able to think through that, how we can better approach our audience, and how we can engage our users. And with the Google and the Meta ads, I still remember now when I first started with the Google and the Meta like 10 years ago, that we have so many more levers to pull. We can set up a campaign in a much more manual way, where we have like 100 different parameters that we can tune. It's more complicated, but also give more advanced marketers more choices. So one of the example that we did is that we run Meta ads for a print-on-demand e-commerce company, and we found a way to hack the Meta system, and we can target the audience based on their last name. And with that, we're able to advertise a T-shirt with the last name design on it, and it was able to drive millions of revenue in just a few weeks. Now that the Google and the Meta, they are moving to the direction where they are leveraging more and more of their own AI algorithm for bidding, instead of the menu setups, and they also started to package most of the settings that in their algorithms into one big black box algorithms that we can use. And this significantly lowered the barrier to set up the campaigns, so that we don't need to write a Python script to reverse engineer their bidding. We don't need to hack their bidding systems to scale. Now that every small business owner founders should be able to click and to launch some campaigns within Google and Meta. So this really helps to lower the barrier to enter, but also it leaves the question to marketer, where if every marketer relies on the same algorithm with Google and Facebook, then how can we stand out? That now that many of the growth hacks on the bidding side is not available, we are going back to the core of the marketing, which is user understanding and our creatives. Understand our audience, polish our messaging, and create engaging creatives to really resonate with audience become increasingly important. And with the personalized bidding being taken care of by Google and Meta, the ability to personalize our post-click experience, which is landing pages, and our users onboarding experience, is also an area that we have saw success so far. So in order to really know your users, now we are really able to use AI to help us to do more user interviews, to understand better of our users' behavior data, and it also enable us to ask a lot more open questions. Now in some user surveys that we are even able to ask a user to talk to us in a recorded audio, in that because that AI is now able to do the transcription and able to help us to analyze all the unstructured data in a very efficient way, so that that open us a lot of ways for us to get the user feedback, for us to get the user surveys. So in that way that we now have a lot more data. We have qualitative as well as qualitative. We have quantitative data as well as qualitative data, and now we also have the structured data and the unstructured data that we can work with to really be able to understand our users, really be able to distill their pain point, distill their to distill how they use our product, and to distill that how we can better position our product, how we can better create our positioning. So now that AI is really able to help us to scale and to understand better of our audiences in that way. And with better user understanding, then we will also need to think about how we can create a better creatives. We have done experiments. We have done tens of thousands of experiments, and so far that we have find these 4 ways that's most effective in terms of leveraging AI to help us to create better and more creatives. The first one is the content repurposing. We're able to transform existing content into powerful ads with minimal effort, and we're also able to create video ads just from the landing pages that we have, and we're able to scale our UGC ads, which used to be a huge pain in terms of operations, and we can create many more ad variants for us to experiment. So with the ad for content repurposing, we have a video we have a video workflows that can turn longer form horizontal videos into vertical and short social ads, and help us to 10 times faster than manual repurposing. The whole process used to be we'll hire some editors, and it's a little bit expensive, and it will take several days turnaround time for us to turn one video into 5 to 10 short clips. But now that we only need to upload the video to the AI platform, and we will set our brand colors and designs, and it will help us to generate tons of short video clips with just a few clicks. And the turnaround time is now just 10 minutes. So now it will 10 times faster, and it also help us to increase a lot of views, because now we can iterate and experiment a lot faster through different format of videos. And if we have an experiment that we want to run, that it's easier for us to make changes to the shorter videos and to launch new experiment. And we also started to use AI to help us to create a video ad from just landing pages. What if you are an e-commerce website, then you should be able to pull your to pull your product listing page from Amazon, Shopify, or all the other platforms, and then you will just all you need to do is paste in the link, and it will create an ad for you. And then you can choose which avatar to use that it will help you to even generate UGC videos from that. So we are seeing 1.7 higher ROI, and the click-through rate is the click-through rate also increased more than 50%, and it's 90% cheaper than the UGC ads. But the thing to watch out is that all the different platforms out there, they all have different licenses, avatar, the actors. You will want to try a few platforms in order to find the most suitable avatar or UGC actors for your brand. In some cases, that you can even create your own avatar, and you can tune how you looks, and you can tune how you sound. So the avatar and the actor will be more on brand for you. And we also seeing a lot of success with the personalized landing pages at Scale. It helps us to lower the bounce rate, lower the to lower the CAC, and it also significantly increase post ad click conversions. So before AI, we already started to personalize landing pages, but it's more rule based. So if the keywords equal something, then we will have a variation of our landing page. But now that with AI, the copy creation, image creation, and the landing creation cost is significantly lowered. And we are also able to do we're also able to add automations in it to discover hidden to discover hidden dynamics, to discover hidden segments. So and then we automatically generate a version of a new landing pages for us to review. It will if the system discovers new opportunities. So in that way, that we don't need to manually set up we don't need to manually set up a rule-based landing page personalization. But now that AI is really it will really help us to optimize the matching. It also help us to scale in that way. Because if we manually set in our personalized landing pages, so I think my records back then is that we had about 200 different landing pages, but that already became a that was already a pain to manage. But now that with AI, that I think right now that many of our partners that they have thousands of different variation of landing pages. So that also really help us to lower the acquisition cost. And some companies that, in addition to landing pages, that if they have a engineering team that can support your growth, then we also started to leverage AI to help us to personalize not only the landing page but also the whole onboarding flow, the whole conversion flow. That in that way that we can further lower the acquisition cost and improve our conversion rate. So with the experiment that we run, and the formula so far that we find that really works for us is still AI plus human expertise. Throw everything to AI doesn't work, and if we refuse to use AI, that also will just leave us behind. AI doesn't have a soul, and we marketer will still need to be in the driver's seat to understand the users, to polish the position, and to strategize the ad strategy. But many of the tedious and the repetitive work and the manual work that can delegate to AI and help us to scale and be more efficient. AI is here to amplify our execution labor, but still need a human insight to create the magic results. And this is everything for today, and we'd love to keep in touch.
Okay, Chang, thank you for the presentation. We don't have, okay, we have one question. Just let me remove your presentation and add the question to the screen. From your testing, which AI platform would you recommend?
Yeah, right now that we are still So right now the AI platform there are two types. One type they claim to be all in one, and the other types that they are more niche. So far for our experimentation, the all in one type of AI platform, so far the result is still less than ideal. But the niche ones, the algorithm is better trained to a specific purpose. So now that we don't have like one AI platform in most of the company that I work with, we use the best one in different purposes. So we have one for the landing page that we like, and we have different AI avatar platforms that can help us to create to create UGC videos, and we also have a different tools that we use for the user interviews and to generate the copy. So right now that we will have a suite of different AI platforms that we that we put together as a operating system internally.
And can you name some of the platforms which you use, for example, for landing pages?
So for landing page, we use the one for the arcade, and for the UGC we use Hagen, and for the video editing we use Wizard. We also tried Opus Cliff. That's pretty good as well.
Mhm. Okay, okay. I think that answers the question that Tabrena asked. Also, I would say, I would ask you, sorry, um, can you share some campaign where AI drove unexpected ROI growth? Or is everything actually so planned that you already know what's going to happen? I mean, you never know exactly, but can you share some campaign that drove unexpected ROI growth?
Yeah, we for one of the e-commerce brand that we work with, and they use UGC to they start to experiment with the
Mhm,
UGC to create to create a video ads on Instagram.
mhm.
And unexpectedly, one of the video actually went viral. So it is a
Nice.
little bit controversial topic, but it was an experiment for the paid ads. But it became, but because it's a little bit controversial, it actually went viral organically. So in that way, that we unexpectedly are seeing a huge spike of traffic from that post.
That's interesting. Yeah, and how do you train AI models for creating videos to reflect the brand's voice or values? I know that you're using a few AI models, AI apps, but how do you train them actually? Is there some framework for it?
Yeah. So you will want to set up the static components that like your logo, your color palette, and your brand tone. Because if you think about video, that it also have the script in it as well as the design. So and we also upload our product description, our brand positioning, and our and our writing examples.
Mhm.
So that we can make sure that the design as well the copy as well the script will follow our brand tone. And some platforms, some algorithm that also support you to upload your pre-creating videos. So if you have a previous video from your brand that you like, you can also upload to the system for training purposes. um, One of the partner that we work with right now, they have really strong engineering team. So instead of using instead of using the out of the box algorithms and the tools, that the engineering team, they actually trained an open source algorithm just for their brand to create tons of videos. So they at the one time that they have over 50 organic 50 organic Instagram social media account. That
Mhm.
all the videos are created. It's in-house using their self-trained algorithms.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. Can you tell me more about landing page tools? Like, how do they work? How do you make that personalization work? How do you use those models to create personalized landing pages?
Yeah, so I think before the AI, we were already started to personalize the landing pages, but it's more rule based, and that in some so I remember that we used to use unbounds, and we can enter different parameters, and within each parameter, then it will map to a set of a different copy, different images, so it will dynamic update using the same template.
Mm-hmm.
But you can imagine it's still a manually mapped system back
Yeah.
then. But now the AI is able to help us to and before AI, that all the copy that we actually need to manually create, and all the image we will also need to we also need to manually need to change as well. But now with AI is able to take the input. It can be a whole block of our ad copy variant. It can be a different set of different set of user data as well. So they can take the whole block, and then we can feed into AI, and AI will be able to, based on our pre-training data and the dynamic, to generate new copies. Um, and so,
Mm-hmm.
so in that way, that we'll really be able to personalize the things on a one-on-one basis. So, for example, sometimes we have the user's name. So that's more applicable in the B2B world.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we do specific outreach in that way, that we know a lot about the ICP. We know their name, their company, their job title. We know their pain point. If it's coming from a conference, we even know that which conference they attended. So with all that information that we feed into AI, to help us to create a personalized landing pages at scale.
And how that connects with an ad. I'm not sure if I understood correctly. So you put prompts to create personalized landing page, but how it connects with ads?
So it will serve as a landing page for the ads. And with the so for example, that with some of the ads right now, that the targeting is dynamic, and
Mm-hmm.
especially with the Google, that you can see that we now have PMax. With the PMax, that you give like a 10 different you
Mm-hmm.
got 10 different title. You also give 10 you give 10 different 10 different descriptions, and you don't know which combination that the Google use.
Mm-hmm.
So in that sense, that we are able to take the outcome from the Google. Google will tell you that with this ad, we how the system served the ads. So we know that that specific ad, that specific click from that user, which title they use, and the which description, and the which image on what platform. So with all that information, it's dynamic, so that
Mm-hmm.
we can't create things manually as before. But the AI is able to take that dynamic output, and then to digest, and then to spin out the landing page, so it
Mm-hmm.
matches with the original user's experience from the ads. So,
Yeah,
so
so it's all connected. Yeah, yeah, I understand it definitely. Yeah. Okay, I don't think we have any more questions from the audience, but this was really insightful. Thank you for sharing your knowledge from the companies that you work with. Thank you for being part of Demand Conf 2025. It was your first time, and I hope to see you soon, maybe on some other webinar or conference.
hope to see you soon. This is fun.
Thank you. Bye.